Welcome to the Naked Coach Collective. We're not just your average coaches, we're your powerhouse of inspiration and your no-nonsense guide to unlocking your hidden potential. We are an eclectic mix of four, each with a unique journey, but we share a passion for transformation through coaching. Tune in every week for topical discussions and witty banter on all things coaching. There might be a few laughs along the way too, but don't be fooled. We're serious about helping you navigate life's twists and turns with clarity and confidence. Are you ready? Sit back, relax, and immerse yourself in the Naked Coach Collective podcast. Hello listeners. Welcome to this week's episode of the Naked Coach Collective podcast. I'm Darshana Qureshi, aka D, and I will be hosting today's podcast and interviewing a very special guest in the field of career coaching. She has built her business as a career coach and mentor as a natural progression from her roots in the corporate world. Her company, MKJ Consulting Limited, works with clients to craft individualized career transformations that align with their passions and their skills. I'm very excited to introduce my friend and Wonder Woman to you, Manjinder Jaul. Hi, Manjinder. Thank you for joining me today.
Hi, Darshana. Thank you so much. That was an awesome introduction. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that I'm on here with you. Yay.
Great to have you. I tell you what, I'm so looking forward to our chat because we have known each other quite a long time, haven't we? But there have been big gaps.
Correct. Yes, we've known each other since school days. So when we were little, basically, I don't know, 5, 6 or something,
And coaching brought us back together. So that's like 1+ for coaching already.
Exactly. So it's only been, I don't know, the last several years or so, we've kind of got back in touch, and the power of social media, really. Yeah. And it's been great to reconnect after such a long time. Honestly, it's just so nice. Yeah. Feels like doesn't seem like it was that long ago. No,
not at all. I mean, when I saw you and think doing, I thought, right, I love this girl. I really want to find out more about what she's doing. So I checked out your website. I checked you out on social media. I did a bit of snooping around, and I found that gosh, you're so interesting. You've done so many things. So why don't you start by telling us a little bit about your story? How did you get to where you are now?
Oh gosh, that's a long question, isn't it? But I'll try and keep it short. So how did I get to be as a career coach? So I've had, oh gosh, when you say decades of experience in terms of corporate world, and I've worked in various industries, and I've worked in market research, I've worked in banking software, with more of the marketing, business development, market research, sort of changed industries, even became a yoga instructor along the way, and then went back into the corporate world. And so basically, I've always had an interest in a wide variety, a really good learning, and I wanted a curiosity to do something different. And I think my desire for variety has led me to do many different things. And so I ended up being a career coach as just a natural progression after being in the corporate world for a while. And I wanted to do something much more unique and more individual for myself, and really make an impact on others by imparting my knowledge, my wisdom, as well as, helping people in careers, because I think that's a fundamental issue. We spend a lot of time in our daily lives, in the career. So, as a life coach, as a career coach, I think a career is really important, because if you're not happy with what you're doing, it really just sort of seeps into everything else, right? So I ended up doing that as a career coach, and I wanted to be able to work from wherever I wanted, not just be stuck in one place. So I wanted to work for myself, and that's in a nutshell how I've been here, and how I have come to be here, basically. Yeah.
I love that. And when you said, "Oh, work for myself and from wherever I want to," just let everybody know where.
Right now I'm in Barbados, sunny Barbados. So excuse me, just too much sweat here, and it's but having said that, we had some issues with the Wi-Fi cutting out this morning and running around, so it's all part of the fun. But yeah, it's great to be able to work as long as I have a Wi-Fi, okay, and and then I can work with clients on Zoom calls online, and that's really, really, the crux of it. So yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
Mm.
No,
Just thought I'd put that in. Yeah, yeah.
what do you do for your clients? So if somebody listening today is thinking, what's a career coach? And why do I need
Yeah,
one?
yeah. Oh, that's okay. So I think everybody goes through, when you're in a job, you're in a role, and there's a time when you're thinking, I need to do something different, and I'm not happy currently in what I'm doing, or just not fulfilled, whether that's in your role now, or you're thinking of doing a complete career shift. And most people get stuck. They just don't know what else there is to do. And they think they have to start at the bottom and it's going to take too long. And so I help them, really craft their career in a unique way that's unique to them,
Mhm.
according to their strengths, according to their unique talents, passions, and all that kind of stuff that makes them unique. But make sure, is it aligned to what you're doing in a career? Because you might be very good at something, but you're actually not really utilizing that skill or that talent, that gift you have. And so I really help draw out that within the person, because most people, let's face it, don't spend any time looking at what they could do for a career. They kind of just fall into things, and then once you get there, you think you have to reach the next level and the next level, and most people are like, oh, I'm still not happy. I'm now the director, or I'm now so and so, and I manage a team, but I just really don't like X, Y, and Z. So then people really start questioning, and I come in and help them really navigate that journey, to really make sure that they are having a truly fulfilled career that they're happy with. They wake up with, in the morning, and they're full of joy. And, what are they good at? What are they great at? What do they love? And what can they get paid for? These are the things that we really work on. And it's a process, of course, but that's what, if you're struggling to feel fulfilled, or you're actually happy with your job, but you're not getting anywhere, also help you on your journey in that current role, whether you want to get promoted or you're having trouble with certain things. It's just, and it's a nice holistic way of an approach. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful, actually. I mean, you say about helping people to move careers as well, but also, you touched on helping people to stay within their career and just find happiness within their chosen path where they are right now. So you don't necessarily deal with only big changes. Is that true to say?
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. It could be a complete 360 career change, or a slight pivot, or sometimes it's just doing some slight minimal adjustments within your current career that could help you, a mind shift, or a way you relate, or how you negotiate, or how you present yourself could make all the difference in terms of getting a promotion. How do you communicate, all those kind of things that will make you a high value person in your company.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, you talked
Yeah.
about mind, the mindset is a big thing within the coaching, isn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, everything starts with mindset sometimes when you're reading, you think, okay. So,
Yeah.
if you think that somebody actually does want to be in the job that they're in, but they're just not feeling it in the right way, uh,
Mm.
how do you just do some sort of classic coaching with them and just help them with their mindset, so to enable them to continue what they're doing, or how would that sort of look to you?
Well, I mean, with most of the clients, I still take them through a process of assessing what their strengths are, their abilities are, and do a career audit of where they currently are, because they need to see that, whether they're happy. Are they doing a role where they're playing to their strengths? Are they utilizing their skills? And if that is all there, and they, maybe they just haven't got maybe they have a difficult boss, maybe there are no opportunities. It's not just a technique as a whole. Yes, there are, of course, there's usual techniques, of course, to help with mindset, things like affirmations. I mean, when you say affirmations, it's more than just an affirmation. It's something that you have to work with the individual to get their unique affirmation that's specific to them.
Yeah. So tell me more about your own journey then as well, because you brought all these other modalities in. What
Yeah.
was there a pivoting moment? Was there a you know
Mm.
a bit where you thought, oh gosh, okay, something's got to change, or what happened?
Well, I think I've had a few of those in my life, right? So, as you get older, there's more and more things that happen. So, yes, there were quite a few pivoting moments, and one of them was when I really wanted to get away from the corporate world, and I wanted to become a yoga instructor because I felt like I needed a big shift, and that was a huge pivot. A massive pivot, and even then I was like, what am I doing? But it just something compelled me. I needed to do something that was a sort of a detox, a cleansing, a start, a beginning, an awakening, a spiritual journey, that kind of thing. So it was something that I was deeply interested in, and I wanted to travel, and I went to India and I learned how to be a yoga instructor there, and then came back, and then I went back into the corporate world at that time, mainly for money, because it was like, yoga as a business. I wasn't going to do that at that time, and so I went back into the corporate world. So, but after being back in the corporate world, something was still within me going, there's something more that you need to be doing. There's something else and there was a kind of yearning, a kind of something there, going through me, that I need to be doing something else. What is that thing? And because I've been through that, I can help others to kind of expedite that journey, and get to where they need to. So at that point, I think the pivotal point was in my last role, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of done with this thing now. It's time to move on. It's lovely, it's great, it pays well. Yeah, there were a few issues, but we won't go into that. But what happened is it really helped me to understand that, right, I need to be doing something different, something that makes me truly happy, something that makes me fulfilled, and I'm really good at. And so I did an assessment of myself, like, reflecting on what I could be doing much better. And that's how I that was the major pivot moment. And I ended up on this journey towards being a career coach. Yeah.
Oh, I
Okay.
love that. So what would you, if you had to give a piece of advice to somebody, because people who
Mm.
are listening might be thinking, oh yeah, I want to change my career, or they might be thinking, I want to do what she's doing. I want
Yeah.
to be sitting on the beach in
Yeah.
Bermuda, and I want to be doing what she's doing. So, what sort of advice would you give to somebody starting out who has potentially very little experience of coaching?
Okay. As for someone who wants to be a
Yeah, I
coach,
was
you're
thinking,
talking.
yeah, Manjinder, I want your job, right?
Oh, right, right, right. Okay. Okay. So, if you as a coach, I think, go with what you're good at. Go with. I always look at what 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 do you do naturally. What is it that you are naturally drawn to? Have you got some experience? If you're talking about a niche, niche down. That's the first thing. You can't be everything to everyone, because you're just going to burn yourself. At the beginning, you might do that, but niche down into sort of one area, and how do you do that? That's very difficult, but make sure you spend some time trying trial and error. Just keep doing things, practicing, and it's not an easy journey when you're working as a coach. So don't give up. Get a coach yourself, get mentored yourself, and I think that's the biggest thing. Don't if you're just on your own, it can be very lonely, and it can be very, there's no one to bounce ideas off, there's no one to talk to. So I would suggest getting help early on, straight away, and sign up to a coach who's doing what you want to do. And if you want to go and live and travel abroad, then yeah, that opportunity is available. You can come and ask me how I did it, but
Absolutely.
but the thing is, like, you do need to help from someone, and I think it does help if you are being coached by someone that's done the thing that you're doing,
Yeah.
because in theory you can help, but I think the experience and
Mm.
what they've been through that they can impart to you is priceless, and I think that's really important as well. So, and that whole thing about just trial and error. Yeah, just keep going and try different things. Be explorative, um, but don't give up so much straight away, because it is not easy. I'm going to say that it's not easy. It's not for everyone. First of all,
Yeah.
if you think that this is a great lifestyle and you want this, you see all these adverts, like, you're earning 10K a week or whatever. that's not really, that's a bit fabricated. Yes, there is that happening, but you're not going to get that on day one. And what you see there is like years and years, or a lot of expertise and time and effort has gone into that for that someone to then become like that. So it's not as glamorous as it sounds. Okay, so it's not as glamorous. Yeah.
I do think that's important to point out because when I first started learning about coaching,
Yeah.
everywhere it says to you, be a coach, you can do this, you can do that, you can make X amount, and it's
Yeah.
really pushing you, but it fails to tell you that you've got to bring yourself into the role.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So thank you so much. Gosh, doesn't the time go fast?
It goes really fast. Yeah.
Would you like to tell our listeners just a little bit more about your program, and how to get in touch with you if they're interested, and maybe just having a chat?
Yeah, absolutely. There's several ways. You can get me on my social media, or you can email me on Manjinder at mkjconsulting.limited, or you can just find me on Instagram or as MKJ Consulting Limited, on LinkedIn, Manjinder Jaul. Just type in Manjinder Jaul, or Facebook. You can find me there. Message me on there. And the other one is just my number, right? So, but I'm sure you can there's several ways.
Those are ways, yeah.
Just message me, and if you're interested in exploring that further, we can have a chat. And it's just there's a no obligation call. There's no pressure, and we can discuss what it is that you're struggling with, what your challenge is, and hopefully if I can help you, we can start the ball rolling.
Thank you so much for all your time and wonderful words of wisdom, and
thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.